Welcome back to Bergstrom State Line Quiz Bowl. One round in, and it's a 10-point game. Keith Country Day has 50. Newman Central has 40 after our first round. We're about to hit our volleyball round brought to you by Rock Valley College. But first, a very special thank you to a very special person who is here with us today, making sure we get things right. Some days that's harder than others. Einar Forsman, who is the president and CEO of the Rockford Chamber of Commerce, is here. Einar, thank you so much for being not only here with us, but being such a great supporter of Bergstrom State Line Quiz Bowl. All right, let's move on now to our volleyball round. We just had a coin toss. Keith won the coin toss and is elected to go first in our next round, which is our lightning round. That means our first question in the volleyball round goes to Newman Central. Volleyball is a conferring round, so you can discuss this, but I need to hear only from the captains, okay? So on Keith, that will be Jacob, correct? And Newman, who is your captain? Okay, Eli. You will each get a question. If you get it right, you get 10 points. If it's incorrect, we toss it. The other team gets a brand new question for 10 points. There's no stealing points here. You will get 5 seconds to answer. We'll get to as many of these as we can. You're getting the first question. Eli, are you guys ready? Yep. All right, here is your first question in the volleyball round brought to you by Rock Valley College. What poet depicted a black thing among the snow in The Chimney Sweeper and described forests of the night in a song of experience titled The Tiger?
Blake?
Blake is correct, just under the buzzer. Tiger, tiger, burning bright in the forests of the night. 10 points. It's now a tie game. Question for you, Keith. Which human rights organization traces its origins to founder Peter Benenson's 1961 article, The Forgotten Prisoners?
Palmia?
The buzzer beat you anyway, but that was incorrect. Amnesty International is the organization we needed. No points. And a new question now for Newman Central. What man debated creationist Ken Ham in 2014, spoke at the Washington March for Science, and hosted a TV show where he was called the Science Guy?
Bill Nye.
Bill Nye is correct. They aren't always that easy, but it's nice when you get one that easy. 10 points, Newman Central. You're now up by 10. Keith. What American pioneer of modern dance died in 1927 when her scarf got caught on the tire of an automobile?
Isadora Duncan?
Isadora Duncan is correct. That is kind of a bizarre way to go, isn't it? Final destination type right there. She was actually a passenger in that car. 10 points to Keith. We're now tied again. Newman Central. What country contains bull-leaping frescoes in a palace discovered by Arthur Evans called Knossos, that was built by the Minoan civilization on Crete?
Greece.
Greece is correct. Crete might have gotten you into the right part of the world, and you got that correct, 10 points. Keith, what carbohydrate with formula C6H12O6 is stored in plants as starch and in animals as glycogen?
Cellulose.
Incorrect. Glucose was the answer there. Newman, you get a new question. What country whose Ras Tanura port exports petroleum from the Ghawar oil field is home to a cubic object called the Kaaba in its holy city of Mecca?
Saudi Arabia.
Saudi Arabia, correct. 10 more points, Newman Central. Keith, what word, which means lightning in German, refers to the nighttime air raids that struck Britain during World War II?
Blitz. Blitz.
Blitz is correct. You weren't fooled by Blitzkrieg, which would have been lightning war. Would not have gotten you the points, but Blitz itself did. You've got 10 points. It's now a 10-point game again. Newman. What member of the Barbizon school depicted 3 peasants collecting leftover crops after a harvest in The Gleaners? It's kind of a tough art question. Jean-Francois Millet. No points. Keith, new question. What man who banned the 100 schools of thought and espoused legalism was a member of the Qin dynasty and the first emperor of China?
Shi Huangdi.
That's correct, Shi Huangdi. Buried in a tomb surrounded by 6,000-member terracotta army as well. That's 10 points, and we now have a tie game. The orange part of a carrot is botanically what structure, which is the largest and dominant root from which other roots sprout?
Trunk root.
Incorrect. You had the root part correct. Taproot was the answer. No points, and that is the end of the round. Doesn't get much tighter than this. 80 to 80. You can hear the people breathing their sighs at the halfway point here. Wow is right. 80 to 80, but our next round points can add up very quickly. It's the Nika IBEW lightning round. We'll have that in just a second, but first a chance for you to play at home with the Bergstrom bonus question. We'll be back in a couple of minutes.
Which President's Energy Act policy extended the length of daylight savings time by 4 weeks?